Financial Reporting 2 Objective Test Review. I am Charles.
And I am Nicholas. This week we're going to go through OT1. We're going to show you the key principles, where to find the information to answer the questions, some marker comments, and just a general recap so you know what we did this week. I'm now going to hand over to Charles, and he's going to do the markers comments with you.
This is the general format that you can expect. In terms of this objective test, students answer the questions generally well, with an exception to question 1, question 3, and question 6. So for question 1, students correctly identified that the bank recon is not a part of the complete set of financial statements, but did not give the correct reasoning or the correct item which is a part of the financial statements. For question 3, the students didn't realize that the question was out of 3 marks and only addressed 1 out of the 3 important points within the question, therefore did not score the complete marks. For question 6, a lot of the students have only identified 1 of the underlying assumptions under which the financial statements are prepared.
Alright, so now we move on to question 1, and I re-recorded this part of the video due to a technical error, and question 1 asks you to briefly explain whether you agree with the following statements or not. 1. A complete set of financial statements consists of the following. And immediately, many students correctly recognize that the bank reconciliation jumps out as the outlier of the list. But many students didn't correctly identify then what is in fact missing from the list. And IAS 1 is the standard under which the complete set of financial statements is prescribed, of which the notes to the annual financial statements is what's missing from the list. And what is important to understand is that the bank reconciliation statement is just a calculation to show that whatever amounts you have recorded in the general ledger of the business agrees to the bank statements as obtained from the bank of the business. And move on to question 2 is that, can you still graduate with between 50 and 60% for Financial Reporting 2? And the answer to that is agree. However, the 60% is the entrance requirement for Financial Reporting 3, and that is the course that you will need to pass if you wish to continue on the CA stream and work towards the CASA qualification. So if you get above 50%, and you will qualify to graduate with a general accounting degree, and with a general accounting degree you're equipped with the skills to enter the business world to perform general accounting duties, and that is another viable career option for you. And you know, the 60%, while it seems like a lot of hard work, if you just put your mind to it, it is entirely achievable, and I believe in all of you. Please just work hard, aim for that 60%. I believe in you, and I will now hand over to Nick to answer question 3 to question 6.
Okay, thank you, Charles. I'm now going to do question 3. So there's 2 main things you need to address in question 3, public accountability and timeliness. So when dealing with IFRS for SMEs, a requirement to prepare statements under IFRS for SMEs is that you have no public accountability. As this JSE listed company has public accountability because their equity is listed on a public market. So therefore they cannot use IFRS for SMEs. Students often said it's a JSE listing requirement. This is partially right, but students are not showing that they understand the concept then. So they only got 1 out of the 2 marks. And then to get your 3rd mark, you need to address timeliness. So timeliness is a very important qualitative characteristic, but it's not a fundamental one. Therefore, the statement that it's the most important thing is not factually correct. Okay, so moving on to question 4, a lot of students said agreed, and that is true. So if you want to know where you can find this information, it's in the course document. And then question 5 is pretty much the same. You can also find that in the course document, and it's a very important question because students should be ethical, or tutors especially should be ethical and not give out confidential information. So read your course doc to see those pervasive skills, and then you'll know where that is. And then for the last question, question 6, the answer was going concern and accrual, or accrual basis. A lot of students, as mentioned in the markers comments, said only one of them, or they said cash basis. So IFRS tells us that we need to use the accrual basis and also the going concern basis. So if you want to know where to find that information, it's chapter 3 for your going concern, and it's chapter 1 for accrual basis. That is chapters in the conceptual framework of IFRS for SMEs. And that's all from my side. I hope to see you guys next week.